Good morning and welcome back, y'all. So what you saw yesterday was the very first day of practice for the TBF Regional Event here on Table Rock Lake. And what you're watching today is the second practice for the event on Table Rock Lake. I'm on the water exceptionally early. This is probably about 30 minutes prior to our actual blast off time, which is safe daylight. Don't get me wrong. I mean, you can see there, you can see as far as you really need to. I mean, it's safe running, but I decided to get out here early. So I'm not gonna pull the lights down just yet because I will have to use them here in a minute, but I'm gonna let y'all hang out in a different location for just a little bit, y'all. All right, so ended up catching a nice little Kentucky. I don't think he's gonna be 15 inches though. I think he's gonna be about 13 3/4, maybe 14. But we finally got a Kentucky. Because all we caught yesterday was smallmouth. Oh. Boy, it smells like shad. So 14.5-inch Kentucky. They're not bad. Need about half an inch and you've been my first keeper of the weekend. I think I'm good enough now that I can put y'all up. I just fished around that little cove that y'all see me start on, and I caught that fish kind of in a little flat where some bushes are. I'll show y'all real quick. You can see the few bushes here. I'm gonna keep fishing this just a minute to see if there's any more spotted bass in there, or if that was just a complete fluke, because the way that that fish hit was kind of weird. It was kind of, my bait hit the water and boom. It was almost like I hit on top of him and he struck it out of anger, not out of being hungry. Hey, I caught a largemouth today. Look at there. On a random peak bank. Oh crap. My bad. I mean, that is a random bank. There's nothing there. He ain't a keeper neither. He's only 14 inches. Oh, wow. All right, so there's a keeper. Well, maybe. Dude, that one hit like a grown man. Holy cow. Holy cow, dude. That one right there, I thought was like a 8-pounder. God, he come out from underneath that. Come up from out underneath that tree and golly. Wow. Holy. That sucker absolutely crushed it. I mean, right at 2 pounds. Right at 2. All right, buddy. Thank you. Woo! New species, old bluegill. Dude, riddle me this. I have on many occasions had big fish throw this bait, but look at this guy here. He got 2 of the 3 treble hooks on a whopper plopper in his mouth. How does that happen on a bluegill? How can that happen? And like literally, I cannot catch a 5-pounder that has the whole bait in his mouth, but that little guy right there can get 2 out of the 3 trebles on one side in his mouth. I'll never understand that. Kentucky bobber. Kentucky. Still not a keeper. On the crankbait. Let me tell. Need him bigger. I just said if I could get bit a couple times in here, I may come back anyways. That's a Kentucky. He ain't big enough for it. That's a good start. That's a 12-incher. He doesn't have to be much bigger than that. That's a solid 12. If I can get bit by a couple of keepers, I'll probably come back. Oh, I wish he would have been just a couple more inches longer. There we go, finally. They're just short striking that buzzbait all over the place, but they're hitting it good. They're just short striking it, but there you go. Another 12-inch Kentucky on a Black's little 1/8 ounce TOAD TOATER. Not a 13-incher. I need a keeper. I need a keeper. There we go. There's a keeper. On that buzzbait, little 1/8 ounce buzzbait, little bitty thing, which I think that mimics the shad more than anything right now, but that's a 2.5, maybe pushing 2 3/4. It's a good fish. They seem to be hitting his buzzbait better than they do the plopper. I got a pattern. There's a pattern, and I know what I'm about to do. Number 3. Hi y'all, we're gonna do a quick breakaway here and a hot take on this particular little buzzbait that I'm throwing. This is the Black's Custom Lures 1/8 ounce TOAD TOATER buzzbait. It got the little small blade on it. I'm gonna tell you what, I have thrown a lot of buzzbaits in my life, and I have thrown the smaller compact ones as well. Normally you get those from Walmart. The 3-blade one was always the one we grew up throwing. And to be honest, they were effective on smaller fish. They were effective on, I mean, a big fish every now and again, but for the most part, you always caught smaller fish on it. This guy here, I'll be flat out honest, it has the castability and the profile of a 1/4 ounce buzzbait, just with a smaller profile. From a castability standpoint, thing casts like a dream. I haven't had any problem. I let the break off my reel just a little bit from a 1/4 ounce spinnerbait, and I can still cast this thing a mile. Whenever I first got this thing, I was worried that that little bitty blade, you were gonna have to really burn on it to get it up to the top of the water and keep it there. That's not been the problem. This thing actually reels just like a 1/4 ounce buzzbait, has a good profile to it, stays deep in the water. I'm gonna tell you, I am in love with the sound of this buzzbait, and I don't know if you can hear it or not. You can hear that. Basically, that blade is kicking that knocker, and man, it's got just the right pitch. It's not too overbearing. It's not too powerful. It's just enough to drive them bass wild. So, I'll be honest. You know, if I'm giving this a grade right now, I'm gonna tell you this will be in my arsenal, and I will be throwing this quite a bit over the next several years. I wish that I would have thought about throwing this in the Arkansas River the last couple of videos that y'all saw, because I believe that profile right there, something small, would have been absolutely deadly in some of those cuts and on that grass. But go out to Black's Custom Lures or Tackle Warehouse and get yours today. Again, I'm throwing the shad color. He's got several other colors there, but man, all in all, A+. Jamie did good on this one. This is not a keeper, but the one that was with him was definitely a keeper. That's a 14-incher, but the one that was with him was about 16 and a half. I hope y'all saw that. Digging. Nice smallie. Yep, we'll take it. That's definitely a keeper. And I was on this bluff. $251. Beautiful fish. Beautiful fish. Kentucky. There we go. I'm out. I think he's going to be a keeper. If he's not, he's 14 and 1/8 inches long, but that's what I needed to see. I think I can come on to the bluff and catch. Let's see if he gets 15. 14 3/4. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. And that in front. All right, everybody, another day in the books. I guess to put it into perspective, we didn't find anything, but we figured some stuff out. So it's pretty cool what we figured out. First thing we figured out is that the bite from 2020 is still there, which if that bite's on, then that's usually good for at least 1 to 3 keepers per spot. And there's about 6 spots. So I'm gonna say this loosely because I really don't like saying things and then getting proved wrong, but we got room to work with if it works out the way that I think it's going to. Otherwise, the buzzbait bite was on. Again, if you haven't bought your own yet, go to blackscustomlures.com. Make sure that you go check out his 1/8 ounce TOAD TOATER. It's a little bitty thing, but it's such a cool profile. That bait's got castability and has the profile very similar to that of a 1/4 ounce buzzbait. I mean, all together. Sorry, I'm kind of all over the place. I'm watching things as they go on around me, but anyhow, appreciate y'all for tuning in. Y'all do me a favor, hit that sub button. Y'all stay tuned because practice day number 3 is coming up next video. We've got about half a day to practice till about 1:30. And we're gonna see if we can duplicate this bite further up the Kings River than we were yesterday. So y'all hang tight, let's see what happens.